While searching for a solution to a deadly virus, a scientist created such a dangerous rain in which as soon as people got wet, they started screaming in pain and started dying. And within a few days, one by one, the whole city started disappearing from the map. This is when all this did not start. A girl named Simone was going to her class for her exam at a university in Denmark. Suddenly, her father, Frederick, arrives there and without telling anything, grabs Simone and puts her in his car. Simone's younger brother, Rasmus, and his mother were already sitting in the car. Frederick was very scared and started driving the car very fast without explaining anything. He was taking them to a secret bunker made in the jungle, which was prepared by his company Apollo. The weather was also getting worse, and it seemed that it would rain at any time. Meanwhile, due to Frederick's fast speed, some cars had an accident which completely blocked the road. People started arguing with Frederick in anger, but he did not care about anyone. He immediately took his family out of the car and ran into the jungle with them. As soon as they reached there, the first drops of rain started falling from the sky. Frederick quickly opened the bunker's lock with his fingerprint and went inside with everyone. Simone and Rasmus were surprised to reach inside and asked why their father had brought them here. The bunker had all the necessities: food, water, and an air processing system for many years. Simone was about to ask her father that is why Frederick wore a protective suit and started preparing to go out. He just said that until I come back, no one will go out of the bunker. Simone tries to stop him and wants to know the truth. Then Frederick tells that a very dangerous virus has spread in the rain outside. Whoever comes in contact with it, he dies of pain in a few seconds. Frederick was the only person who could find a cure for him. That's why he had to go to the company's headquarters immediately. Before leaving, he tells Simone to take special care of Rasmus, because only he can change everything in the coming time. Simone still did not understand anything, but Frederick left the bunker and went away. After a while, Simone opened the internet on her phone, and as soon as she saw the news, she lost her mind. Everywhere was a scene of death, devastation, and fear. People were falling on the roads, screaming and dying in the rain. Simone started talking to her brother in fear. Then her mother said that they are safe now, but no matter what happens, do not go out. They were just talking when suddenly someone started knocking on the door of the bunker. Rasmus thought that maybe Dad has come back. His mother refused him, but he did not listen and opened the door of the bunker. As soon as the door opened, a man drenched in rain fell outside. His skin was burning and he was suffering. He tried to pull Rasmus out, but then Rasmus's mother immediately pulled Rasmus inside, and she herself pushed that man and went into the rain. As soon as she got wet in the rain, she herself became infected and started suffering. Despite this, her biggest concern was for Simone and Rasmus. She told both of them to take care of each other. After this, Simone also closed the door crying and went inside, and started trying to call her father Frederick. But his phone was not connecting to Frederick's phone, which increased her fear. At the same time, she remembered Frederick's words, when he said that Simone should show all the things in front of Rasmus. With this memory, Simone took care of herself and started checking all the systems of the bunker. She found out that there were many more such bunkers in her city, which were made by Apollo Company. Simone tried to contact those bunkers, but there was no use. Meanwhile, she found a radio while looking at the available equipment in the bunker. With the help of the radio, she contacted a man who was hiding in the basement of his house. The conditions outside were very dangerous, and many people were being shifted to nearby hospitals so that the lives of humans could be saved. Simone asked that man to give Frederick's number and call him, but despite trying, he could not get in touch with Frederick. Simone thought that maybe Frederick is also dead, because it was almost impossible to stay alive outside. Then suddenly, there was a power cut in the whole city, because of which Simone's radio connection broke, and now she started taking care of Rasmus alone in the bunker. Even after a week, when Frederick didn't come back, so Simone dared to plan to go out. She wore a PPE kit at night and reached the gate of the bunker. But then she started seeing visions of her mother's death. Afraid, she immediately returned to the bunker. Rasmus also did not want her to go out,
because he had understood that the danger outside was very big. Slowly, a month passed like this. During this time, Simone had difficulties in taking care of Rasmus many times, but she tried her best to prove that she is a good sister and take care of her brother. Along with that, she also learned about all the equipment and systems in the bunker. During this time, she remembered that a while ago, Rasmus had a strange virus about which no one knew. At that time, Frederick himself prepared an antidote and gave it to Rasmus. Later, Frederick's company also got information about this virus, and he asked Frederick to submit the entire report. Simone began to doubt that maybe this virus was not made by Frederick. Almost 6 years had passed by, but Simone had no information about Frederick. Rasmus had also grown up now and wanted to go out and look for food because there was very little food left in the bunker. Simone first refused, but then thought that it is necessary to go and assess the danger. When Rasmus fell asleep at night, Simone decided to wear PPE kit and go out of the bunker. As soon as she came out, she began to see her mother's visions. But this time, she took care of herself and moved on. When she came out, she saw that her mother's body was now only a skeleton. A deer was standing nearby. Looking at this, Simone moved ahead. Many cars were lying on the road in a bad condition, and there was a forest all around. Simone did not pay attention to these things and kept moving towards her destination. She reached the hospital where people were kept safe. Even after calling out many times, there was no response there. Then when Simone went inside and saw, the scene there had completely changed into devastation. Everything was destroyed all around, and people's corpses were scattered all over the ground. Then, suddenly, a wolf comes in front of her. In order to save herself from the fear, Simone hides in a room nearby. After a while, when everything outside calms down, she slowly comes out and comes back to her bunker. Upon reaching there, Simone immediately tells Rasmus everything, that the situation outside has deteriorated more than before. Now, if they want to stay alive, they will have to leave this place and go to another bunker, which is somewhere in this city. Hearing this, Rasmus decides to go out with Simone the next day and look for another bunker. They both prepared to leave the next day and go to sleep. But at night, something starts to go wrong. The oxygen level of the bunker starts to drop rapidly, and neither of them realize it. In a short while, Simone becomes unconscious due to low oxygen, but fortunately, Rasmus hears the sound of alarms at the right time. He immediately picks up Simone and takes her out of the bunker quickly. Now both of them had come out without PPE kit, but the surprising thing was that they were not feeling any kind of trouble. It was clear, now they could survive outside without a suit. But then suddenly, some people take them to gunpoint. Actually, these were the same people who had seen Simone roaming outside earlier, and when she returned to the bunker, these same people had shut down their oxygen supply, so that both of them can be hostage and the food inside can be looted. They lock Simone and Rasmus in a room inside the gunpoint and start looking for food in the bunker themselves. But because Simone and Rasmus had already run out of food, they didn't get anything there. Seeing this, their leader Martin gets angry, locks Simone and Rasmus, and starts leaving from there. Now, if they had stayed locked inside, they would have lost their lives. That's why Simone writes on a glass and tells that she knows where the food stock can be found. After writing so much, she deliberately breaks that pad, which had the map of the other bunkers. Now, Martin had no other choice, because if he wanted food, he would have to get Simone and Rasmus out, because the location of the others was only in Simone's mind. Meanwhile, Martin's eyes go to Simone, and he starts remembering his old days. When he used to be a soldier, he was ordered not to let anyone out of the city by staying on a bridge so that the infection does not spread. If you have reached here, it means you are liking the story, so a like and subscribe is necessary. But one day during duty, Martin sees a woman who is trying to take her child in her lap and go to the other side of the bridge. Martin fires several shots in the air to stop her, but the woman does not stop. She bravely leaves the city. At that time, Martin had shown mercy on her, so he did not shoot her. After a while, her comrades called her to the nearby tent where all the soldiers were staying. There, Martin finds out that the same woman whom he had let go was actually infected. And after her departure, many people in the tent had died due to the infection.
Hearing this, Martin breaks down. With the death of his last companion, his patience also ends. At that moment, he decided that now he would never trust anyone, no matter what the situation was. Now survival was the biggest rule for him. After remembering so many things, Martin returns to the present time and clearly refuses to accept Simone's deal. But he has nothing left to eat, and without food, he will not be able to survive for many days. Thinking this, Martin finally has to listen to Simone. He frees Simone and Rasmus and takes them out with him. Many years later, when Simone and Rasmus come out of the bunker, both are relieved to see the outside air and light. Coming out after such a long time was no less than a miracle for them. After a while, when they talk to Martin and his team, they find out that now there is such a shortage of food and water in the world that people are also killing and eating humans to survive. Hearing this, Simone and Rasmus both lose their senses. Suddenly, another group is seen from a distance. They were looking for humans in the area with their thermal sensor drones to catch and kill them. Seeing this, Martin quickly covered everyone with aluminum foil so that their body heat could not be seen in the drone camera. But there were two more survivors nearby, one of whom comes running to Simone and everyone else. Simone wants to help that girl, but Martin clearly refuses. He says that helping a stranger can be a risk for his entire team. But at the same time, the girl and his team start supporting Simone. Both run after her without thinking to save that woman's life. That woman slips near a small river while running and falls down. Some people who follow her are about to kill her, but at the same time, Martin reaches there and shoots them both without delay, because no matter what, Martin never leaves his team. But because of falling into the water, she has become infected. Seeing her, Martin has to shoot her too. All this was going to be very shocking for Simone. Sometimes she understands that it is safe to stay on the ground, but coming in contact with rain or stagnant water is still a big danger. Even a small contact can infect her. After this incident, Simone takes everyone to another bunker, which she remembers the location. It would take them about a day to reach there. Before nightfall, everyone decides to stay in a nearby house. Inside the house, they found some dead hunters' weapons, clothes, and a few things. In addition to this, some bottles of clean water are also kept there. Seeing this, John gives water to his sick companion Leah. Looking at their mutual care, a smile appears on Simone's face. At first, she just wanted to reach the next bunker with their help, but now she feels that these people are not bad. Gradually, Simone's mind really starts getting ready to help Martin and his team. The next morning, everyone starts their journey again. On the way, suddenly Rasmus' foot goes into a pit filled with water. Seeing this, Martin immediately takes out his gun and is about to shoot her. But then Simone comes in the middle and stands in front of him and stops him. She immediately removes Rasmus' shoe and checks her socks. Surprisingly, she was completely dry. That means Rasmus' shoe was waterproof, and she did not have any kind of infection. Seeing this, Martin takes a deep breath and puts his gun down. Then they all continue their journey together and finally reach the other bunker. There, the door opens with Simone's fingerprint. Looking at the scenery inside, everyone's faces glow. There was so much food and drink that they could live comfortably for years. Everyone dances happily and eats their fill. But Simone feels a little uneasy inside that she does not trust Martin and his team. I don't know when he will kill her. When she talks to Martin directly about this, Martin explains to her that Simone has been in the bunker for the past 6 years. That's why she doesn't know anything about the outside world and the conditions of the people. Martin was actually a good person, but in the present time, it was not easy to trust anyone. Still, Simone ignored his warning and left the bunker for a few days. In the meantime, she decides to follow John and Leah because she really wanted to support Simone. Leah herself had understood that it was because of Simone that she was able to come to this bunker and be safe. Anyway, Martin and Patrick took John and Beat themselves. They were going to kill John and Beat. Actually, at that time, the three of them did not know Martin and Patrick and were stuck in the same group. Martin and Patrick caught them with the intention of robbing them, and Beat told them about a hidden hideout to save their lives. There they had kept food for many days. Martin goes to that place with the 5 of them. There they all eat together and they really like being together. At night, Beat asks Martin to provide them protection. Martin agrees to it, and since then they all live together. At present time, Simone and Rasmus did not know that John, Leah, and Beat were following them. They reach the city. On the way, they see a bus that was blocking the road ahead. They were tired, so they rest in the bus for a while.
But after a while, they see a shadow of some people outside. They remain silent out of fear. Only then it is found that they were beat, John and Leah. Simone likes it very much, and she tells them to stay safe in the bunker. But all three decide to stay with Simone. They reach a safe place nearby and start eating. But then many hunters come there. They have to get out of there immediately. While running, Simone separates and reaches a net on the road, on which there were posters of many missing persons. Seeing this, Simone feels very bad. On the other side of the net, she sees a small child who was alone. The rain was about to start soon. What will happen to them now? And will they be able to reach a safe place before the rain? To know more, like and subscribe. See you in the next video.